Hey guys, welcome back to Re-Edit. I'm your host Joanny Jean, and for today's edit, we're actually going to be heading to Photoshop today to do a golden hour edit. So basically, it doesn't have to be golden hour, you just take a regular picture and we're going to make it seem really super golden and beautiful as if you took it during like 5 or 6 or whenever the sun is setting. So I first seen this edit on TikTok by Jolly Hansen Art's account, and basically her whole TikTok is just her doing Photoshop effects, like the behind the scenes on how to do everything, which I was really intrigued by. But one thing that really made me gravitate towards this edit was the fact that she made a fake window effect, which I thought was super dope. And I've actually never tried it before, and I thought it'd be really cool to share it with you guys. So I'm here to take you guys on that journey of me trying to figure it out. So there's really not much left to say. Let's just get right into the edit. Hi, welcome. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go up, hit our selection tool and hit filter, scroll down to camera raw filter, and basically we're just going to heavily adjust the color settings. So we're going to go into basic and raise up the temperature all the way up as high as you think looks good. We're going to lower the exposure, so I lowered it down to 3.50, and then we're just going to raise up the saturation to as high as we think looks good. So I think right about there is fine for me. And then after that, we are gonna go into the color mixer and raise up the reds and oranges. So I raised the red up quite a bit, but I noticed that when I raised up the orange, it looks sort of greenish, and it looks better when I actually lower it. But instead of like touching the oranges too much, I went down to color grading and adjusted the midtones, highlights, and shadows like that. So I wanted the midtones and shadows to be more so orangey, and the highlight, I wanted it to be more yellow. I played around with it to show you guys, what, different highlight settings would look like. It's still very orange, but just with like slightly different colored highlights. So I wanted that to be more yellow. So you click OK, and boom, we just went from a white background to a very, very golden one. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go down to our rectangle tool and draw some rectangles. So basically this is the window effect right here. So I'm gonna draw like a thin rectangle right here, and I'm gonna duplicate it 2 times. So I'm gonna hold down Option and click and drag. Make sure you go to your path selection tool before you do that. So path selection tool, Option, click and drag to duplicate. And then I'm just going to select all 3 of the rectangles I made and then head up to Edit, Transform Path, Perspective. So basically we're just gonna warp it a little bit to make it look like the light is projecting. It like one end is just gonna be bigger than the other basically. I don't really know the proper way to say that. So it's supposed to look just like that, as if like light is coming through the window and stuff like that. So after we do that, we are going to add a layer mask onto the rectangle layer. And this is where we make it look more like a window. So you're gonna hit the rectangle marquee tool and draw out little rectangles to make it look like window blinds. So you draw out the rectangle where you want it to be, and then you just hit delete to, delete that section. And then we're gonna do it one more time, give the illusion of blinds. Boom, just like that. And so here's where it really comes to life even more. We are gonna go to the properties panel. I already have it opened here on the right, and we're gonna adjust the feathering of both the rectangle mask and then the rectangle layer. So the setting I used here, I used 26 because that looked the best. That's also what the tutorial on TikTok said to use, and I thought that honestly looked the best. So we're gonna also do the same thing to the layer mask, because you see the stark difference between the layer mask and also the rectangle layer. So we're gonna adjust it to the same 26 pixels right there, so it looks all nice and feathered. And basically I'm just gonna sit here and adjust a little bit more, because I noticed at the top rectangle looked a little closer to the middle than the bottom did, so I'm just gonna adjust that a little bit. And I'm also gonna make this whole thing much larger so that it covers the whole wall and, you know, parts of my face. So just stay here and watch me do that. And to make it larger, I hit Command T. I do a lot of keyboard shortcuts because I used to have a laptop before I got this big old iMac, so forgive me for that. I'll try to make sure I tell you guys what I'm doing. So after I adjusted it, I like it like right here. I like it right here. So basically the last thing we're gonna do is just adjust the blending mode. So right now it's at normal. We're gonna set it to overlay. And boom, look at that. That is our fake golden hour, fake window edit right here. And I'll zoom in to show you guys how literally amazing and real that looks. And honestly, I had a whole photo shoot because I didn't know what kind of picture I wanted. I wanted something a little bit more like majestic or dreamy or whatever. Don't comment on my modeling skills right now, but I'll show you guys another example I did. But doesn't that look so good? And here's the other example I did. Very, very cute. I actually am in love with this edit. I just want to do it over and over again to every single picture I have, to be honest. But don't be like me, don't go overboard, but feel free to play around with it and do like different color settings and things like that. But after that, that's all I got for you guys. Alright y'all, well that's it for today's edit. I really hope you learned something new. I certainly did. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to UNF Spinnaker TV. Please head over to Instagram and you can follow me on my account at joe.chella, and then you can follow UNF Spinnaker at UNF Spinnaker TV. Until then, that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys next week.